some people say, oh, don't know why you're bothering, the kids will pull the plants up. It's a waste of time, 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 waste of time.
I've always talked about the old-fashioned community spirit. That's the key thing about Nottingham in Bloom. Nottingham in Bloom. Nottingham in Bloom. Nottingham in Bloom.
We look at Britain in Bloom as about flowers and blooming, but to me this represents people, that we want lots of people here, people here, people here, people here.
I just had this thought that it'd be nice to have community fruit trees. Everybody thought I was mad, it was too big a project, too big a project, too big a project, too big a project. We get a lot of people that actually walk by and just stand and stop and stare at the garden. And last week, on 2 occasions, 2 people came by and said to my husband, could they take photographs of it? So, and I think it does inspire some people. I just had this thought that it'd be nice to have community fruit trees. Children have been absolutely fantastic. That we've formed a little bloomers club and we gave them 2 trees each, put their name on the tree, and they each have to go out and water that tree, weed it, look after it. They go out, if there's any litter there, they pick it up and they come and tell us that they're not sure if it's a weed or a plant or if it's a bit of grass, and so it's worked really well. Everybody pulls St Anne's down, and not everybody in St Anne's is like that. There are some wonderful people in and around St Anne's and other areas as well, which also get bad publicity.
On these terrace streets, we've all got very small gardens. We're quite passionate about growing food. Yeah, we've got a lot of things growing in our garden, potatoes and raspberries, and it now got to that point where there's not much room left for us. The first hanging basket was, we had an old football and it was the World Cup. So we decided to put some flowers in it and hang it up, which lots of people said that they liked. The idea of being able to walk down the street and have strawberries and salad that you can then pick off and eat for your dinner. Be fantastic, We've had the pots kicked. Even if they are vandalised, you just prepare them, put them back. If they get vandalised again, you put them back. You vandalise again, put back, and then people get bored with it, And as a big effort, as everybody on the streets, then I think we're less likely to suffer from vandalism because more people have got them. It'll boost morale with it looking pretty and a little bit more pride in the street, and just people knowing each other and being able to help each other out. I think it develops a real nice community spirit.
We look at Britain in Bloom as about flowers and blooming, but to me this represents people, that we want lots of people here. Now, people coming here and see colour. And the times I've been here with the group, doing various activities, planting, potting, weeding, and people have said, wow, it's the colour. I want to get out here and sit in the colour. It was a multi-faith, multicultural establishment, if you like, and that's the exciting bit. That's what brought the enthusiasm and energy into this courtyard, and I believe if we can tap on that, we can sustain it.
The community on Cliff Road, I've always talked about the old-fashioned community spirit, and last year we did like a street party to bring that back. But I think this has definitely enthused that. We've had people from all ages, young, old, getting their hands dirty. We've had residents from London Road Hostel, and everyone I think has been really, really keen. So yeah, it's certainly brought something back. We did a lot of door knocking at first, so it took a lot of effort. But the enthusiasm shown by the community was fantastic. It seems to have got everyone excited, it seems to have got everybody talking, and everybody's received a hanging basket who got involved. I think we did 44 hanging baskets and pots. We planted all the garden you can see here with shrubs. We planted a community tree. They want to do something bigger and better next year because they're so enthusiastic about what they've done and what they've achieved. They want to keep a permanent fixture on Cliff Road.
What we find happens is people come out in the morning, get in their car, go off to work, come home at tea time, go in the house, particularly in the winter, close the doors, and you don't see your neighbours, and you don't get to know your community. And we just think it's a way of trying to break down that isolation that exists everywhere in all neighbourhoods. And we think that doing this sort of thing, planting flowers, it brings communities together. And some people say, "Oh, don't know why you're bothering. It's a waste of time. The kids will pull the plants up." I'm sure some plants will disappear or get pulled up, and we might have to do a bit of replanting. But that's okay. If we stick at it and we try, we're trying to get the kids involved, hopefully we can turn that around a bit. The taller plants are going towards the backs, but they're sort of mixed in a bit. And we've got feverfew, which are lovely, nice white flowers with lime green leaves.
And with no need to water.
No, we haven't. The two aims we had were to make it nicer for residents and better for wildlife, and we've achieved those two aims. And the plants have survived, they haven't been vandalised, people have said how nice they are, and we've had all age groups. One group of lads stopped us the other night and said, "Are you like local, do you live here?" And we said, yeah, we just live here. And they said, "We think it's really good, and we're glad you're doing it." So I said, "Well, you can come and help." And at that point they all they all scarpered. But no, that's the aim, to get more people involved now, and they can see how nice it is and that it's survived, and it's working.
Nice
John,
to see you again.
how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Do come in. Our new sculptures, we've done art in the community, and we asked them to come up with ideas about where they live in the meadows and what it's like.
A few years ago, the meadows had a terrible reputation, and it still suffers somewhat from that. But the Blooms initiative has really helped us to have something good to say about the area.
I've been showing people that you don't need money to have a nice garden. And so we measured up an approximate size of some of the yards. A lot of people don't have gardens, they just have a yard, especially in the old part of the meadows.
Do you think many people have taken the idea home and used it?
Well, I got some more of these wooden troughs and they were gone within 3 days.
Oh, that's good.
But I've wandered around in the meadows and they're actually outside their houses. So it's quite good actually, yeah.
It started several years ago with 1 or 2 streets really getting involved on their own with making their streets look better, and it is growing. It sort of goes down one street and along the next street. It's spreading around the city, and I think we're really making progress.